Hiya, everybody. Sorry, I've been running around like a maniac. Hey, it is a very, very warm afternoon here in Queensland, Australia. It is our summer for those who are in the States. And you don't realise that we have completely the opposite weather patterns and seasons to you in the United States. While you're freezing your asses off, we're in a state of boiling. So, and Queensland in particular is a very hot climate. So I'm a little bit hot. If I look a bit disheveled, bear with me. I'm here to talk to you about the golden age today. And this was inspired because I hear so many people, or I've seen a lot of conversations, particularly on X. I'm kind of addicted to X at the moment. Seriously, with everything that's going on and everything moving so fast, it's impossible to keep up. And X is just full of everything that is just happening it's like we are in this accelerated timeline. And it's true, we are on an accelerated timeline. Everything has sped up exponentially, and that's a good thing. So entrepreneurs are excited right now. You know, we have Donald J. Trump in the United States talking about the golden age for the US. Well, let me just tell you, it's not just the golden age for the United States. It is the golden age globally. And we have so many opportunities available to us. And this conversation that I saw recently unfolding on X, formerly Twitter, was about the younger generation saying, oh, it's so much harder to buy a house these days. You know, houses are so much more expensive and we can't sort of get ahead and all the rest of it. Well, there was a video put out by a guy on Instagram who was saying it's actually about prioritizing your spending. And there are going to be those who argue with me, but bear with me. It is not harder to buy a home these days. It's not. If you go back 40, 50 years, you had to have 50% deposit. None of this 10% deposit for the house kind of stuff. You had to have 50% deposit. Oh, yeah, but houses are so much more expensive. Yes, but that's why our wages are so much more. Like when people like my husband went to work, you know, he was earning something like $25 a week. And I think I was earning, when I went to work, I'm a bit younger than my husband, not that much. But when I went to work, I think I was earning about $75 a week. So as inflation goes up, which inflation is caused by printing money, then so does everything kind of moves up as well. And the opportunities that we have available to us right now, I don't care how old you are. I don't care whether you're young, whether you're in your middle years, whether you're in your sort of last 20 to 30 years. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that Colonel Sanders, you know, KFC dude, I'm pretty sure he was something at least 65 before he really sort of hit the jackpot with KFC. He might have been older, actually. So you are never too old. You are never too young. Gen Z have proved that to us. So no matter what generation you are, you have the ability to create massive wealth, freedom, financial security, whatever it is that your heart desires, it's available to you. And right now on this accelerated timeline, if you are not looking for opportunities to get ahead, then I'm afraid you're going to be stuck in that zone for forever. So embrace the golden age. There are opportunities everywhere. You have to be open to them. You need to be looking for them. You need to be saying a big fat yes to them, right? I read something several years ago now where this author went and interviewed a whole ton of self-made millionaires who basically said that out of 10 things that they try, 9 will fail. But the 10th one, well, it will succeed spectacularly. If you look at T. Harv Eker, He failed at something like 11 businesses in 10 years or 10 businesses in 11 years. I always get that mixed up. But he just kept going until he found his formula, until he figured it out. And a friend of his father's said to him, Harv, if you're not getting the results that you want, then there's just something that you don't know. So if you're not getting the results that you want, there's just something that you don't know. Is it the systems? Is it the method? Is it the model? Is it that you don't have enough clarity? Is it that you don't have the right mindset? Is it that you don't have the right strategies? Is it a combination of all of them? Only you can really figure that out. You can stand on the shoulders of the giants who have gone before you, and you can use their experience and their knowledge to be able to figure that out. But you're the only person who has the power to change your current situation. So change it. Meanwhile, all these people on X and Instagram were whinging. Actually, it was Instagram. I beg your pardon. It was an Instagram post. All these people are whinging and saying, oh, it's so much harder now. We can't get ahead, yada, yada, yada. Let me give you a few tips and pointers, okay? Prioritize your spending. Do you know how much money most people waste? We are programmed to spend not only the money that we have, but the money that we don't have. Credit card debt. We are programmed to go into debt. We want it, we just go buy it. There's no what was called layaway or lay-by back in the day. If my mum wanted something back in the day and she didn't have all the cash for it, she would put it on lay-by in Australia or layaway in the United States. And you would pay it off over a 3-month period, and the store would hold it until you had paid it off. Now we've got all different kinds of deferred payments and credit and what are the online payment systems where you can break it off, pay later kind of situations. People get themselves into an awful amount of trouble because they're like, I want it, I get it. I want it, I get it. I want it, I get it. There's no sense of delayed gratification. None. And there's very little discernment. So we're buying stuff that we don't need with money that we don't have to impress people that we don't even like. So unless something really adds massive value to your life, why are you purchasing it? Also, look at, with your spending, are you investing? The number one priority should be investing in appreciating assets, not depreciating assets like cars and things that once you buy them, they lose money. Appreciating assets. Do you realize if 5 years ago you had bought $1,000 worth of gold or silver, that those assets would now be worth $2,000? Now, we have something in Australia called superannuation. And this is this forces businesses, when they have an employee, it forces businesses to pay, I think it's 9% now, 9% of a wage into superannuation. So an employee has a wage, and then there's this unseen portion, which the employee doesn't count, but it impacts the employer. The employer has to add an extra 9% of whatever their gross wage is in superannuation to put away, which was supposed to be in instead of the retirement pension. It was supposed to be instead of the pension, and it hasn't really replaced it, unfortunately, because there's still a whole stack of people who don't have any superannuation. And we get these ads on television in Australia that says, oh, well, if you were with one superannuation company for 20 or 30 years, you would have put away $200,000, which seems like quite a lot, right? But if you were with this other superannuation company for 20 or 30 years, you would have put away $215,000, an extra $15,000. Well, wait a minute. 20 or 30 years ago, you had invested whatever was going into your superannuation into gold. That would now be worth 10 times, 20 times what it was way back in the day. In 5 years, it's doubled, right? So if you put 10,000 in 5 years ago, you'd now have $20,000. So if people had the discipline to, and the knowledge, it's not just discipline, it's knowledge, to take a small amount of money. If you'd taken $1,000 30 years ago, actually, I don't know the exact math because I should have looked it up, but I haven't looked up the price. If you want to look up the price of gold 30 years ago compared to now, if you'd put $1,000 in gold 30 years ago, I reckon it'd probably be worth at least 50 or 60 grand today. Don't quote me, but it'd be worth a lot more anyway, because those kind of commodities go up. It's a bit like real estate. If you bought real estate 20, 30 years ago, it's now worth 5 or 6 times more. Actually, it's probably not worth 20 or 30 times because gold and silver tend to go up at the same rate as real estate. So these are appreciating assets. I might have gotten a bit carried away there. But you get the point. I'm prone to exaggeration. Please forgive me. So what you need to do right now with the golden age that we have right now, and opportunities are exploding, like literally entrepreneurs are so excited. Now, be aware, there is probably a recession coming. There has been a vast amount of mismanagement of funds by governments globally. Like, seriously shocking mismanagement and waste. And what's probably coming is a short period of hardship, of a recession, in order to actually be able to remedy that before it falls off a freaking cliff. We have been so close to the United States currency falling off a cliff for the last 5, 6, 7 years. We've been expecting a recession, if not a depression, which we've kind of been teetering on the edge of in the US. And if the US goes, then it's going to take a whole lot of other countries with it because everything sort of follows the US. And there's been talk that we've been in and out of a recession. You know, it's kind of been toying this, you know, we're in, we're out, we're in, we're out. So close. Because the government just kept printing money. We avoided the fall, the temporary dip and the hardship, because governments don't like recessions. It's not good for their voting prospects in the future. So if they print more money, they can artificially inflate the economy and keep us out of that depression. But eventually we're going to have to bear the brunt of previous bad economic policies, right? So, but what's important right now is to remember that there are more millionaires and billionaires made during the time of depression and recession and economic hardship than at any other time, because there is always opportunity available. So instead of feeling like you're at the mercy of economic pressures and the economic situation, take control of your financial future now. The best time to take control of your economic future and start to build your wealth and take control of your financial future was last year. Oh, my connection's unstable. Sorry about that. And my hair is still wild. Look at that. Anyway, whatever. Focus on the message, not the wild hairdo. And the sweaty mustache. Ugh, it really is hot here today. It's more about the message than the aesthetics. So, ways to make money. There is no end to how you can make money. As long as you decide to find a way to make more money, you will find it. It doesn't take looking under rocks. It's not hidden. Ways to make money are everywhere. And if you set your intention and your focus on making more money, opportunities will start to hit you in the face, baby. It'll be like, whoa, where are all these opportunities hiding? They weren't. You just weren't looking for them. You weren't open to them. You weren't paying attention. Pay attention. There are ways to make money everywhere. You can make money in the online space. You can make money by selling some sort of widget that somebody wants. You can make money by selling a service. You can make money by selling your knowledge, your experience, your skill sets, whatever you have acquired over the years. Believe me, there are thousands of ways that you could make money. $50 a week, $100 a week. Start somewhere and you can build on that. As soon as you start to bring more money in, proof of concept, you can double it, triple it, 10x it, 100x it over the coming months and years. It's up to you to take control of this financial boom that is coming. It's coming. And yes, there may be some short-term hardship for some people who are relying on another party for their income. But if you are willing to dig deep, to dig your trenches, to dig your heels in, to make your wealth and your freedom non-negotiable, then there is opportunity freaking everywhere. And it's all about being in alignment with the frequency and the vibration of prosperity, of abundance, of wealth. It's all about mindset, money mindset. It's about being in alignment with whatever you choose. What is money? You know what money is? It is just a value exchange. Stop demonizing money. Stop making it too hard. Stop overcomplicating it. Stop putting all those blocks in the road that says it's not safe, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it. Excuse me, bullshit. Bullshit. That is all BS, belief systems and bullshit. It's all bullshit. Money is just a value exchange. Money doesn't care whether you're beautiful, whether you're not beautiful. It doesn't care whether you're old, whether you're young. It doesn't care whether you're smart, whether you're, super intelligent, or whether, maybe you don't have the level of intelligence of an Elon Musk. I mean, Elon Musk is a bit of a genius, let's face it. No matter what AOC says. Seriously, don't know what that girl's on. But it doesn't matter who you are, what your skill sets are, what your background is. You have the ability to build wealth. Do you know that the vast majority of entrepreneurs don't have a higher education? They don't. Steve Jobs never finished college. I'm not sure about Bill Gates, but I'm not sure he's really the kind of guy I want to be talking about. But the vast majority of really wealthy entrepreneurs never finished a tertiary education, went to college or university. They might have gone, but they never finished. So don't think it's your education level. It's not. There is nothing stopping you from building wealth except you. Now, I also want to share with you about prioritizing your financial spending. So I have a beautiful friend, Rachel Smith, who I met several years ago here in Australia. She actually came to one of my retreats, my weekend retreats, and we're pretty good friends now. She was living in Australia, went back to the UK, her family, she's from the UK, her family's in the UK, went back to the UK when she could during COVID, because she was afraid she'd never see her family again. But we message over Messenger all the time. And Rachel has a program called Underspent. And here is the basis of that program. So I think it was about 10 years ago now. But she was working, and she was like the vast majority of people. She had a really good government contract or government job. Or she was in government or corporate. Can't quite remember, but she was getting paid very well anyway. And she was like the vast majority of people. Just, she wanted something, she went and bought it. She just, not very conscious about her spending. And then one year, for whatever reason, I don't know what triggered this, But one year she just went, you know what? I'm not going to buy anything new or secondhand for a whole year. So for 12 months, she stopped buying anything new or secondhand. Obviously, she bought food, but commodities like, clothes, bling, anything like that. She just stopped spending money on shit she didn't need. Do you know she saved something like, I think it was in excess of $40,000. It was up there. And I actually think that's conservative. I think it might have been quite a lot more than that. Just by not buying anything new or secondhand. She didn't go out to pubs at night and drink at the bars because they're so expensive. She stopped buying her lunch during the day. She would take lunch with her. She stopped buying all the coffees every single day. She saved enough money to put a deposit on another house. And believe me, when she left here, she was very well set up. She's very well set up financially. And because some people would call it austerity measures, but really, if you're just buying shit that you don't need, that's not austerity. That's just smart spending. So if you feel like I never have enough money, start looking at how the freaking hell you're spending your money. Because if you're buying coffees every day, or you're buying lunch, or you're spending money in ways that you can actually reprioritize that money to make it work for you. Remember, rich and wealthy people know how to make money for them instead of working for money. So you take the money that you have and you look at how you could reprioritize the financial leverage that you already have to spend it in ways that help you to get ahead, not further behind, not in more debt, right? So prioritizing your finances effectively will literally save your ass. And you can take that money and invest in starting an online business or starting a course or buying books or going to a workshop or going to a conference. It's how you invest in yourself. The most valuable investment you will ever make is the investment in yourself, in expanding your knowledge, in expanding your skill sets, in expanding your mindset. And you can do that in a wide variety of ways. So mindset, by the way, is everything. As a mindset coach, I'm a little bit biased. But if you ask any successful entrepreneur, any wealthy person, they will tell you that if you don't have the right mindset, everything else is irrelevant. It's superfluous. Mindset is at the absolute core. So to build an unstoppable mindset, you need to clear out all the fears, the doubts, the limiting beliefs, the stories that are telling you that it's not safe, that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve it. And you can do that with EFT tapping, my favorite go-to technique. And you know that I have the wealth consciousness movement where you have an entire library filled with EFT tapping videos that will transform your life. I have lots of people sign up for the wealth consciousness movement and the dozens and dozens and dozens of tapping videos. Guess what they don't do? They don't do anything with it. They get in and go, oh, this is cool. Look at everything that Marguerita, all these videos that Marguerita has made. Go in there daily. Do tapping daily. Change your mindset daily. So all those little things that you do that amount up to massive change over a year. 6 months even. You can change your life in 6 months, but you have to change this. And tapping is one of the most powerful transformation techniques that we have available to us that you have right here. It's right here. It's so easy. There's no convoluted process that you have to go through. It's right here. It's this. The more you do, the better it works, right? So the billionaires are in the house right now. And while there are some people who are freaking out about that, calm your farm. I have said for many, many, many years that if we had successful entrepreneurs running the government, good ones, by the way, then everything would run a lot more efficiently. Our taxpayer dollars would not be massive waste. There is massive waste in every government. It's not just in the United States. What's being uncovered in the United States right now is particularly shocking, but I don't think there's any government. I know from insider knowledge that I have the kind of waste that goes on in departments. You know why? Because government workers don't give a flying fornication about the money because it's not theirs. Yeah, okay, they pay some tax into it, but it's not their money. If it were their money, they would be a lot more discerning and careful and spend that money a lot more efficiently and effectively. If you look at some of the government contracts that are written and the money that is wasted, we have a big black hole going on in our little country town right now that is just billions of dollars being poured into green energy that is ineffective. Don't even get me started. So it's really important, and the golden opportunity that we all have right now is because there are more and more opportunities that are going to be coming available. Not that there's not that there isn't enough available out there already. And if you aren't seeing them, then believe me, you must be running around with your freaking eyes shut. What? Opportunities? Where? I didn't see them. Wakey, wakey. I'm just trying to be funny. I'm not meaning to be condescending. I'm not meaning to be condescending, seriously. But it's true. There are opportunities everywhere. Start looking. And some of them actually don't cost you a whole stack to get started. The less you invest, more likely the longer it's going to take, right? But that's not always the case. Now, in the description below is my email address, marguerita@pitbullmindset.com. If you would like to know about some spectacular passive income opportunities right now, then email me. Ask me for more information. I'm happy to share with you what I've got. You can come to the Wildly Wealthy Workshop, wildlywealthyworkshop.com. Link is in the description below on YouTube. And you can register for that. And I can share with you different ways and opportunities that you can make money, primarily in the online space, because it's really very, very low financial investment to get started. A lot less time involved. The infrastructure, once you put it in, passive leveraged income, it's not passive straight away. Nothing is passive straight away. You got to put some effort in the beginning, but it pays off over time. Ahead. You know, I just said something to my husband today. I went, oh, that's good. I need to make a video about that. Australians just want to get along. Americans want to get ahead. Americans are far more, they're far more opportunity focused. They're all about their liberty, their freedom. And they have it's actually set up better in the United States for the entrepreneur than it is here in Australia. And in Australia, we're far more risk averse. Most Australians, we just want to get along, you know, just leave me do my thing. I'll be fine. But over 80% of people either end up broke or dead by the time they're sort of in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's a shocking statistic. Don't be one of those statistics. Take control of your financial future now. I don't care what stage you're at. Take control of your financial future now. Get this engaged. Fire up those turbines. Make shit happen for yourself. Make your dreams and your visions non-negotiable. Look after number one, you. Now, in relation to entrepreneurship, Like I said, money is just a value exchange. You have to offer value to the marketplace. You have to solve problems for a profit. That is what entrepreneurship is, which means you have to help people. You help people get what they want in order to get what you want. That is the value exchange. So you've got to help people to be able to help yourself. But there's got to be balance in that equation. Don't keep helping people while you're not helping yourself. And don't keep helping yourself while you're not helping people. It's got to be balance in that equation. Find the balance. You can achieve anything because you are infinitely powerful. Remember that. So I look forward to seeing you in one of my communities. I do hope you have enjoyed today. If you have, please like and subscribe. And comment below to let me know what your biggest takeaway is. Comment below to let me know that you are going to go all in on your hopes, on your dreams, on your financial future. That you are not going to sit on the sidelines and just take the crap that's dished out to you anymore. That you're going to take control of your future. That you are going to create your life by design. You're going to make your dreams a reality because nobody can do that except you. No one. You have the power inside to achieve anything that you put your mind to. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Just do it. All right. Love you loads. I'll see you again in another video very soon. Have a great day. Ciao for now.